Assuming that the Steam Deck isn't a one-time deal, it's safe to say that there's going to be a Steam Deck 2. The question is, what are the circumstances around a Steam Deck 2's existence, and what upgrades could it offer us? In a couple of years, the Steam Deck will be old. And of course, we can safely assume the Steam Deck 2 will be a thing. I mean, I haven't seen Valve work fervently on something like this in a very, very long time. Now let's talk about a release window for a Steam Deck 2. Let's look at Valve's closest competitor. Aya. So Aya, the creators of the Aya Neo and the Aya Neo Air and all that stuff, they release a new Aya model every 6 months, and I'm not even kidding you. You know, I'm surprised. I'm surprised by how many devices they can put out, and occasionally at times it won't just be like a new form factor or something. Sometimes it'll just be a straight upgrade 6 months down the line. Like the Aya Neo Next came out like in February, I think, and people started getting them in February, and now all of a sudden we're around the corner and we're gonna get an Aya Neo 2, which is purported to be faster, and also an Aya Neo Next 2, which has a dedicated GPU, which will blow basically every other device out of the water. I don't see Valve doing a yearly cycle. I don't even see them doing a bi-yearly cycle. I see them doing more of a 3 to 4 year thing. Now, it's no secret, I'm not a huge fan of yearly releases. Like, I'm not a huge fan of like the Madden yearly releases, or what COD used to do with yearly releases and release a new COD every year or so. And I also don't really like Apple releasing a new phone every year, or Samsung, or basically anyone releasing a new phone every year. No. I would be more okay with waiting for a more substantial upgrade later down the line. And I think Valve waiting 2 to 3 years down the line to start developing the Steam Deck 2, I believe that may be the way to go, given that it's a more substantial upgrade later down the line. Alright, so enough about release circumstances, let's instead talk about upgrades. So it's safe to say that the Steam Deck 2 would probably get a more powerful APU. How about some more upgrades to the underlying tech? The first substantial upgrade I would want is USB 4.0. If the Steam Deck 2 were to have USB 4.0, you could feasibly plug a external GPU in. In fact, it'd be super easy to do so. You would just plug it in and then plug the GPU into your monitors, and you basically have a gaming desktop, like a full fat one too. It would also be a lot faster with data transfer as well, but that's besides the point. I also would prefer a USB port at the bottom instead of at the top, but you know what, if you could give us both, that would be very much appreciated. Next, of course, is Wi-Fi 6. Now, I speak strictly as someone that has a Wi-Fi 6 router in my house. The only device in my house that has Wi-Fi 6 is my S21 Ultra. Everything else is either hardwired directly into the router or has Wi-Fi 5. Just like the Steam Deck. Yes, Wi-Fi 6 is theoretically faster, and even if you don't have the internet speeds to match it, there are some benefits to using Wi-Fi 6. Decreased power consumption, decreased latency, increased efficiency, you know, all of that stuff that I can't really measure. Does having Wi-Fi 6 feel faster on my phone than using a 5 GHz network? It certainly does. I can feel the difference. So yes, I believe the Steam Deck 2 would benefit greatly from having Wi-Fi 6 as well. Last but not least, let's talk about the screen. Now, everyone and their mother wants to say OLED, but I want to say micro LED instead. It's basically OLED without the burn-in. Both micro LED as well as OLED are prohibitively expensive technologies, so if Valve can't do that, then that's fine by me. I just want a better panel. One with less bezels as well. And what could you do with those bezel savings? Well, you could do one of two things. You could either make the Steam Deck a tiny bit smaller, or you could increase the effective screen size. And of course, I can't forget to mention just a better APU overall. That's probably like the #1 thing the Steam Deck 2 needs. Of course, how powerful this new hypothetical APU is really depends on how much time passes between the release of the Steam Deck 1 and the release of the Steam Deck 2. Is it too soon to talk about a Steam Deck 2? Absolutely. I mean, it hasn't even been a year since the Steam Deck officially came out. As for whether or not there will be a Steam Deck 2, I mean, it seems like Valve really wants to make a Steam Deck 2. Gabe Newell sees it as a permanent addition to PC gaming. This is, after all, the post-Deck society.